Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It is TMN-Curtle, as some of my friends like to call me. And we've got another thing boss that we're uploading today. It has quite the frustrating ending, which I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Um, we'll get there when we get there, but you'll see that I showed the boost that I was using. I was using a 15% attack, 15% or a normal attack boost, a lesser health boost, and a lesser champion boost. Because this, a rank 3 thing on the boss, that's pretty chunky. It's a 420k health. And that's not including the protection, all that. So he's actually a lot chunkier than just the 420k. But you'll see Abomination does really well. He just slowly melts this guy, and there's nothing he can really do. And it's actually not. It's a pretty simple fight, as long as you know how to play against Thing. Um, I got a ton of practice against Thing because of the Abyss, and so using Aegon to ramp up against that Thing really got me just in the groove on how to play against Thing, watching his rock stacks, and making sure I'm counting and knowing how many hits all of my specials do, so that I never go over 15 and whatnot. And then of course, hitting into the block and whatnot. But yeah, so you see, I'll use my specials and I'll keep it all appropriate. And sometimes I have to. Sometimes I bait a special when I didn't mean to, and so I end up having to hit into his block. And you'll see when that happens later on. It's kind of frustrating, but overall, it's not that difficult of a fight. I feel like anyone who has general skill on baiting heavies, baiting specials, and ability to monitor um, the status of your opponent can pretty much solo a Thing boss. Of course, you have to have the appropriate champion and whatnot too. Um, but yeah, you can see I'm just baiting specials, making sure I'm not going over 15. Um, and he's just going down. He's just melting. And I'm trying to make sure that I maintain those or not indestructible, but the opposite of the indestructible charges, the stubborn charges that I put on him to negate his indestructible effects. We're halfway through and he's down to 25%, and I only lost about 30% health. So that's huge. That's awesome. And yeah, here you'll see now he's at 15, and he's still got a lot of power before he's gonna get over to a special, which sucks. And so I have to keep hitting into his block, and sometimes he doesn't want to go back and hold his block for me, and so I just have to wait and be patient. There's my opportunity. Time to bait another special. Now, I mentioned at the beginning that there's a part where we can all relate to this frustration, and it has to deal with the current state of this game. Um, I believe it was since this previous update, there have been so many occurrences of people, of inputs not being registered, whether it's attacks, blocks, anything, where these things they're just not getting input. Now this is where it gets really frustrating. I baited a special, and it was right before he had 15, and so now he's at 1%. He's indestructible, and I'm just like, oh man, okay, let's do this. We got this. We'll push him up, push him above. We'll bait the special, and then we can start to parry and get some damage going. Okay, so we baited. Now we've got rid of all his rock stacks. Okay, he's still indestructible. So we try to block, and what just happened? So my block dropped, and I took a combo, and I lost my rank 3 Thing boss solo. He was left with 3,000 health, And yeah, that sucks. Kabam really needs to fix these bugs because it is frustrating beyond measure. Anyways, it was a great war. We ended up winning. So thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.